Hello, can you smell the desperation in the Irish establishment? Not only do you have Paul Murphy, TD from Tala, coming out abusing us. Oh, the worst thing he could say was, I was once acting editor of the Irish Catholic. Oh, terrible. I once worked for Nigel Farage. Terrible. Big deal. I've done many things in my life. Worked on fishing boats, been a teacher, worked for the Eurosceptic group in the European Parliament for 10 years, worked as a journalist, worked as a teacher, now work for a Romanian MEP here. I do a good job. You've all heard of Christian Therese now, as you heard of Nigel Farage before. So I must have, I don't know, professional capabilities. So thanks for the tip anyway there, Paul. Very kind of you. Drew Horace, what is going on there is disgusting because it's the politicisation of the Gardaí service. I am certain that many ordinary guards are very angry and disappointed about being drawn into some political tit-for-tat by their Garda Commissioner, Drew Horace, OBE. The guards and all agencies of the state are supposed to be strictly non-political, as is the civil service. And it is pretty disgusting and very dangerous, actually, that the Garda Commissioner singling out political groups such as the Irish Freedom Party. And then it's so desperate, they're now saying about criminality. What a complete pile of lies. I can smell the fear and the desperation because the people are now standing up against the establishment because they're unhappy about the imposition in their communities of thousands of unvetted males who come in. Now let's talk about criminality. It's a criminal offence for migrants to come into Ireland without any documentation and passport. There's been 2,000 in the first 4 months of this year, and yet there hasn't never once been a conviction for entering the state without a passport. That's pretty desperate. So instead of Drew Horace trying to get the guards to police our speech, maybe they should really concentrate on policing our streets and policing our border to make sure that Ireland is safer. And I'm very sorry to say, all this woke nonsense that Drew Horace is coming out with, like I see there 2 weeks ago that a young Garda is being under investigation and being charged for doing his job. 3 thieves who were being chased by the Garda were killed in a car crash, and yet the Garda who was doing his job is the one who's being charged. And that's ridiculous. The guard was doing a good job, doing what he's supposed to do, and yet he's being charged. It's ridiculous. Be of good cheer. The press, the guards, the politicians are wetting themselves because the Irish people have had enough of the plantation and the colonisation of our country. So let's continue what we're doing, peacefully protesting against the colonisation of Ireland. We, as concerned parents, want to make Ireland a safer place, and we'll keep on working for that, using our names, our faces in public, and peacefully protesting against the Irish establishment, making Ireland a much more dangerous place. They're destroying the tourism industry. The taxpayers are having to fund all these people coming into Ireland illegally. All these thousands of young males are coming in unvetted. They're increasing the criminality in Ireland. Look, everybody knows what we say is correct. They're just afraid of people saying it publicly. Well, the Irish Freedom Party will not stop doing it because it has to do radically with the safety and security of the Irish people, and we are very interested in this indeed. So, one thing I'd ask you to do is to make sure that you're registered to vote in the next elections. So make sure, get onto your local council, make sure that you're registered to vote. It's very important that all patriots get involved in the next election and they get out, they're registered and they vote. And I would ask you to give your support to the Irish Freedom Party. That's over and out from Hermann Kelly, President of the Irish Freedom Party. Gura Magatsa.